Welcome to Deep Thought. Sometimes we rationalize too many things. Sometimes we try to rationalize, we try to figure out too many things. I'm gonna tell you something now. And I'm saying this as somebody who does a channel on Deep Thought, have been told since I've been young, Rom, you're more philosophical. You're always a thinker, you're a thinker and all of that. Sometimes something is just is. You don't have to rationalize it. Seriously. If somebody likes you see somebody out, they eating a certain type of food a certain type of way. You will get some people try to figure out, well, why they eat it like that and do that. And it's like, they just do. What's it to you? What's it to you? Some things are just are. Sometimes things are just are. You don't have to think about it. It's like, that's what they do. And I've said this much as, because I had to learn it myself, because I was like, okay, I got to stop overthinking everything. So sometimes I look at something, I see somebody doing something or they behaving, and I was like, they just are. Like I give you a great example, because, I'm known mostly for relationships. Even though if I had my druthers, I just do this all day. But, people need help in that other area. But, you get some guys, right? They'll try to figure out why a woman is going for a particular guy, especially if he doesn't match what they consider to be attractive. Now, other than what I always say is, well, you don't have a vagina, the woman decides. At the end of the day, why worry about it? Unless that's your woman. Even if you find her attractive. I would say to him, you don't have to rationalize. She with him because she likes him. The end. Keep it moving. Maybe she is seriously. Sometimes I've actually talked with some women about that. Sometimes they just like a guy. They ain't thinking too hard. And sometimes, just like a man, he'll just like a particular woman. It ain't that deep. It's like just like him. Everything ain't that deep. You don't have to think about it. Because I'm going to tell you what, a lot of times people want to rationalize things because they'll see something and it goes against their belief system. It goes against what, I haven't talked about this in a long time, moral order programming. Moral order programming is just simply how you think things should go. How you think it should do. Like there was one time I had a moral order programming that said you can't put ketchup on rice. And my mother used to do that, rest her soul. And I used to always think it was wrong. Oh, you don't put ketchup on rice. But then recently, sometimes I get little power meals from my local store, and they'd have like chicken chunks and broccoli, and it's not quite rice. What is barley? And sometimes I'll put like some mambo sauce on it. And I thought I was doing it, I laughed at it. I said, you know what? I would have did this years ago, because it looks barley looks close to rice. It ain't quite rice, but still. But if I had rice with it, and keep it going. And you think about it, it was like, why you put that on there? Just like it. It ain't deep. Sometimes you ever be around some people and they will go into a big thing trying to figure out why somebody did something. Like I'll use an example for me again. Somebody was really trying to figure out why I was talking about a particular thing. And I was like, because I just thought about it then. Sometimes I got to talk about stuff to keep things going. I do that a lot on this channel. It's no deep reason why I may throw something out. There are some times, I just got to keep that space filled. That's part of my business, being consistent. And sometimes, I throw something out. Ironically, there's been some videos I've thrown out and they got for me, relatively viral for me. And it wasn't a deep thing behind it. I needed to put something there. But, sometimes like I said, that moral order program, we think something is supposed to go someplace. So we try to we try to rationalize why it's happening. Like, let me use a relationship example again. We try to rationalize why some very beautiful woman might get with that average looking guy. The average looking guy who could stand and lose some weight, and he makes a very modest salary because, some people are thinking their moral order programming is, oh, that very beautiful woman would only want a tall, handsome man who's muscular and who's rich. But that's programming. First of all, it's not to say you don't know what that guy going on, but bottom line is, don't think about it too hard. The woman just like him. It's like, why think about it? Because see, one of the problems with rationalization, if you're going to rationalize something, first of all, it should be major. And two, to truly rationalize something, try to figure out something, you have to know the whole story. See, people will try to rationalize in their mind why something is happening to someone they don't know. You don't know the couple. You don't know the circumstances, you know? Like, I'll use that beautiful woman thing, for example. I've known some swans, beautiful women who started off as ugly ducklings. And they'll get with certain men and people say, why are they together? But maybe that guy was with her when she was an ugly duckling and she just didn't go anywhere. He was loyal, you know? Or it could have been 1,000 reasons, but at the end of the day, does it matter? She likes him, boom, she's with him. Move on. It don't affect your life. Because see, sometimes people will try to rationalize things and it's like, okay, what's the purpose of rationalizing? Why are you bothered by that? Why are you triggered by that? You know, because it has nothing to do with the other person. Only thing you should be trying to think about is, why were you triggered by that? Because sometimes people try to rationalize something and say, well, that's not right, or she's doing it for this reason, or he's talking about this. And I was about to get into it. I did say something about that. You know, somebody tried to figure out why I was talking about something. I was like, no, ain't that deep. You know, why you need to rationalize? I'm talking about it. If you don't like it, don't deal with it. You know, or they trying to figure somebody out. You know, unless that person is directly touching your life and they causing you some harm, you don't need to figure out a motive for why they doing something. You know, because that's what kills me. People try to rationalize stuff and actually they on the outside of the situation. And they so focused on it, it's like, for what? Only time you should try to figure out something is if it's of a benefit to you. That's the only time. Like if you need to know, okay, why this person making these moves? And that's only so you can know how to make counter moves. But a lot of times we trying to figure out stuff has nothing to do with, we nowhere near, we don't know the whole story, you know? And even with that, sometimes things, like I said, things just are, you know? That person, that beautiful woman's with that average guy. Okay. What you worried about? You don't know her, you don't know him, you know? If she were to actually meet you, she wouldn't be interested in you anyway. You know, you might meet the guy, he might be a cool person, but at the end of the day, you don't know either one of them. And honestly, you don't know what she considers attractive. I mean, there's so many things, but then why spend time worrying about it if it doesn't affect your life? You know, only thing that matters is what you see. In your opinion, she's very attractive. In your opinion, he's average. But the truth of the matter is, the facts in the matter is, at that moment in time you saw them, they were together. And even then, you don't know the nature of the relationship. They could be really good friends. They could be cousins. It could be so many things. Why think about it? All you can do is just focus on, only thing it is, that beautiful woman's with that average guy. The end. Keep walking. You don't need to figure out why. We're good. Like, say if you rationalize everything, get all the information, you get money for it? What do you get? What benefits you get? Oh, you feeling better? Okay, why is it making you feel better? Why was it triggering to begin with? And actually, that's what should be focused. Why, if you're going to try to rationalize something, rationalize why you even care to begin with. You know? See, here's the thing. When we try to rationalize too many things, we kind of waste time. We need to be focused on what we just need to do. Don't worry about something unless it's just in your face and you got to deal with the situation. And you need to figure it out in order to solve the problem. But a lot of times we don't. You know, a lot of times we try to rationalize something simply because it goes against our moral order programming. We think something's supposed to be in a certain order. It's not. You know, but sometimes stuff just is. And keep it moving. All right. I want y'all to really think about what I just said, okay? You know, and don't try to rationalize why I even did this. I needed something for today. It ain't that deep. And the whole point of this channel is to get people to think, period. That's the whole point. So you don't even have to rationalize that. And I'm not making that much money off of this channel. I just like to think, okay? And, you know, I encourage other people to think, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.